Greetings, everyone. It is Review a Thing Thursday. Barely. It's like 10:02 at night on this Thursday evening. And I recorded this video yesterday, and I was going to post it sooner, but when I went to go post it, the file was like gone, like lost. I was so upset because I was like, okay, this video is already recorded and everything, all I have to do is upload it, and it was gone. So I have to record it again, and most of the time the only opportunity I get to record videos is at night. So here I am. So by the time I'm finished recording this video and uploading this video, it might actually be Wednesday. So it might, Friday. So it might be a little late. But that's okay. So like I told you in my vlog on Talkie Tuesday, today I'm going to review the 3 Addams Family films from the 90s. And let's not waste any time and get right down to it. First, let's talk about the first movie, which was just titled The Addams Family. It came out in 1991, and I loved it. I thought it was awesome. It is constantly getting eaten alive by film critics that say there's no plot and the jokes are repetitive, and that just drives me crazy. First, let's talk about the whole jokes being a repetitive thing. I think that's silly because if you're going to watch a movie titled The Addams Family, then you're most likely already an Addams Family fan. Correct? And so, you already know the usual Addams Family shtick. You already know that the jokes are pretty repetitive. You already know that. But hey, the jokes are funny, so who cares if they're repetitive? I certainly don't. I will laugh at them over and over again, because they're funny. And they never get old. They're timeless jokes. So, them being repetitive is not a problem. And now, when they complain about it not having a plot, I get very confused, because I think it has plenty of plot. I don't see why people are complaining. I mean, to give you a little insight on what the plot of the film is, if you haven't already seen it, Uncle Fester has been missing for 25 years, and Gomez's lawyer or broker, business associate, I don't really know what you want to call him, but his name's Tully, and he is in huge debt because he is running out of paying clients. The Addams Family are actually his last paying clients, and he took out a huge loan from this woman, and she's demanding her money back. Well, this woman that's demanding her money back all of a sudden has this son who just happens to look exactly like Fester, but with hair. And so Tully gets this ingenious idea that they shave him bald, dress him up, and introduce him to the Addams Family as Fester. And you know, that they buy it for a while, but then they get really suspicious, and so the woman who Tully owes money to disguises herself as a psychiatrist and convinces the Addams Family that their suspicion of Fester is just like a psychological process that they go through. And poor gullible Gomez buys it. I don't want to give away too much about the ending, so I think I'm just going to leave it at that. But I personally really love this movie. It's well thought out, it's well directed, and the cast is phenomenal. Raul Julia plays Gomez Addams, and he is a comedic genius. He is hilarious. Every 5 seconds he has a new and funny expression on his face. He's just too funny for words. He cracks me up. Angelica Houston, who plays Morticia, is probably one of my favorite Morticias, simply because she plays the character so well. She plays Morticia to a T. It is fan-freaking-tastic. She's gorgeous. It looks amazing in the costume. She the way she kind of presents herself is so Morticia. It is so awesome. She's so intimidating that she's constantly seen scaring the flip out of Fester. The Fester imposter, I guess. Because she's so intimidating, but she's so soft-spoken and quiet and solemn. But I think that's the scariest kind of intimidation when you think about it. And so it's really cool. Christina Ricci, who plays Wednesday, is another genius actress. I think she was either 11 or 12 when she was first cast as Wednesday. And she is bloody freaking brilliant. She's wicked, she's sinister, but at the same time she's totally adorable, and you're just like, oh, I want to pinch your okay, I won't pinch your cheeks. You know? She's scary and adorable all at the same time. It's fantastic. So, bottom line is, I really freaking like the first movie. Now let's move on to the second movie, which was titled Addams Family Values. It came out in 1993, and it is another phenomenal Addams Family film. I love the second movie. I'm pretty sure it's my favorite out of the three. I know I said I wasn't going to give away any spoilers about the first movie, but there is one spoiler that I kind of have to give away to be able to explain to you the plot of the second movie. At the very end of the first movie, Morticia reveals that she is once again pregnant. And so, in the beginning of the second movie, she has her third child, whom they name Pubert, and he is the cutest thing I think I've ever seen in my life. He looks just like his daddy. He's got, like, the Castilian slicked back hair and the little baby mustache. It is so cute. I almost died when I saw him. He's just adorable. And this new baby is, like, superhuman or something. It's crazy. All the stuff that he's able to do. It's insane. But, once again, critics complain about the repetitive jokes, and once again, all I have to say is who cares? The jokes are funny, and if you're watching an Addams Family film, you're used to it. You're used to the repetitiveness of the jokes, so who cares? But this time, they are, unable to complain about the lack of plot, because not only does this one have a plot, period, it has 3 interlocking plots. The first one, of course, being the new arrival to the family, the new baby. The second one being Fester's relationship with the new nanny that the family hires to help out with the new baby. And the children, Wednesday and Pugsley, go to summer camp. Yeah, that's interesting. And these 3 plots interlock, and there's so much plot, you can't complain about there not being a plot this time. It's really, really awesome film. The cast is the exact same. Well, not the exact same, but pretty close to being the same from the first movie. So, once again, I love the cast. Now, it's time for the moment you've been waiting for, where you get to see me rant about how much I can't stand the third movie. I hate the third movie. I loathe the third movie. And I'll tell you why. It gives this amazing franchise a terrible, terrible name. The third movie is titled Addams Family Reunion. Okay? And it is horrible. First, let's talk about why the writing itself is horrible. One, you don't see any of the usual Addams Family shtick, like, at all. Now, as far as I remember, I only saw this movie once, and I swore I would never watch it again. And so, from what I can remember, I'm pretty sure that there is not a single scene in this film where Morticia speaks French and Gomez, like, kisses up her arm. I could be wrong, though, because it could have happened and I just can't remember it. But as far as I can remember, they never did that. And that's, like, one of the most legendary Addams Family jokes. And it didn't happen, as far as I can remember. And the characters don't act like themselves, except for maybe Wednesday. Wednesday pretty much acts like Wednesday, you know. But Morticia and Gomez and everybody, they don't act like you're used to seeing them act, you know what I mean? The way it's written just makes them seem like totally different characters. It made me sick watching it. I was like, this is not the Addams Family I know and love. What happened? What happened? And now let's talk about the directing and editing and all this other sort of stuff that was horrible. Thing looks even more fake than he did in the first two movies. And this is the newest of the three. You would think that with the advancement of technology that he would have looked better. But no, he looks worse. He looks more fake and CGI in the third movie than he did in the first two. Tell me how that makes any sense at all. Now, in the very beginning, in the very opening scene, Wednesday and Pugsley are standing outside the house torturing the mailman, right? Seems pretty normal for Wednesday and Pugsley. But you kind of notice that something is off. Something is weird. Something is wrong. Then it hits you. They're not really standing in front of their house. They're standing in front of a green screen. A green screen. They don't even have a real house anymore. It's a fake. And you can tell it's fake too. And I know this is from the 90s, so you can't really expect it to be very advanced. But come on, it just looks horrid. And the whole movie seemed to have that kind of feel, this kind of fake feel about it. And the set that they designed for the inside of the house doesn't look anything like the inside of the house from the first two movies. So, did they move? Now, here's another thing that I forgot to mention about the writing. So, there was the Addams Family, then there was Addams Family Values, which was a sequel to the first movie, right? And so now that they have a third movie, Addams Family Reunion, you would think that it would be a sequel of Addams Family Values, right? So that would be like boom, 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 1, 2, 3, right? Well, if this really is a sequel to Addams Family Values, where is Pubert? Pubert is not in this movie whatsoever. Did Wednesday and Pugsley finally succeed in killing him? I mean, where is he? Where is the little baby? Baby Pubert. Another thing about the plot that was really jacked up is, so one of the main plot points of the film is that Gomez and the rest of the family get this invitation to an Addams Family reunion, hence the name of the film. But they notice something weird about the invitation. There's only one D in the name Addams on the invitation. Now, if you've seen anything related to the Addams Family, you know that the whole 1D versus 2Ds thing is big. Because if you have 2Ds, you're talking about this specific Addams Family. If you're talking about a 1D in the name Addams Family, then you're talking about, like, what's her name? Something Quincy Adams. And all those goody two-shoes people with the last name Adams. And so you would think that Gomez and Morticia would be like, oh, well, this was obviously sent to us by mistake. No, they just regard it as a typo. So they end up going to this reunion, and if you watch the first movie, you would know that Gomez and Morticia, they plan this huge, big party in honor of Fester, and they invite the entire Addams Family clan. Okay? So they know all their relatives, they're big on family, they have all their family here for this party for Fester. Well, in the third movie, they go to this reunion, and obviously, you know, since it was a 1D Addams Family reunion, all of the 1D Addams Family people are there, and they're all, like, wearing cardigans and playing tennis and stuff like that. So you would think they'd be like, wait a minute, this isn't our family. Nope. They don't think that at all. They think they're part of this family. Like, oh, like, Hey, look at all these relatives that we've never met, never knew we had. The Addams family is gullible, but they're not idiots, okay? Now, let's take some time to talk about the cast. None of the cast from the first two movies comes back. None of them. I miss Angelica Houston. It's just, none of... The cast is horrible. Horrible. The only character who I actually kind of like who they casted as her is probably Wednesday. I'm not even really sure of her name. It's Nicole Fugger, if I'm pronouncing that last name right. And Nicole is actually pretty cool. I kind of like Nicole. She's alright. She actually played the part well. But, I think it's Darlene Hannah who plays Morticia, if I'm pronouncing that right. And she's... I don't really like her. But I think that's because I spend too much time comparing her to Angelica, and nobody can compare to Angelica, so I think that's why I don't like her so much, but she's okay. But here's the real kicker about the cast, alright? They got Tim Curry to play Gomez Addams. Now, don't get me wrong, I really like Tim Curry. He's funny, he's a good actor, he's great. But he is not, and I repeat, not, Gomez Addams. At all. Gomez Addams is Castilian, Hispanic. Tim Curry has a rather prominent English accent. Tell me how that makes even a lick of sense. Did he change ethnicities between the second movie and the third movie? And it's not just that. I'm not just basing my dislike of Tim Curry in this part off of his ethnicity. It's also the way he presents himself as this character. He almost makes Gomez seem serious and solemn, almost kind of like Morticia. And I'm like, no. Gomez is spunky and loud and spontaneous and fun and childish and crazy. Morticia is the solemn one, the quiet one, the intimidating one. Not Gomez. Gomez is the funny one. Gomez is the one that makes you laugh even when he's just standing there doing nothing. Tim Curry was not right for this part. He's an awesome actor. He's cool, but not for Gomez Addams. I'm sorry. I think that's the one casting choice that bugged me the most. Was Tim Curry as Gomez. I hate it. Anyway, so, I could spend pretty much all day ranting about how much I hate the third film, but I don't want this video to be too long, so I think I'll just leave it at that. Bottom line is, first movie, awesome. Second movie, loved it. Third movie, loathe it entirely. And, that'll pretty much wrap it up for this review. Go ahead and leave your comments telling me your opinions of each of the three films. And if you have any requests for future reviews, go ahead and pop those in the comments box below as well. And I will see you guys on Sing a Song Saturday, where I will be posting my cover of Be Prepared from The Lion King. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye!